Hello children, this is Shivam Misra, starting ITF part 4. In this we are going to have a discussion over last function, which is a cosec function. We have already discussed about the sine, cos, tan, cot, sec functions and their inverse, about their domain and about their range and their principal solution. Now the last one we are going to have fx equals to cosec x. Cosec x. In this function, we can say that the domain of the function is R, and range of the functions will be minus infinity to minus 1 in a closed interval, union closed interval 1 to infinity, and the graph of the function will be similar to sec x, that is pi by 2 here, minus pi by 2 here, and the function will 1 here, it will be pi, which will act as a boundary line. Here it will be pi, which will act as a boundary line, and here it is minus 1, here it is 1, and the graph will move like this. The graph will move like this. It will never touch 0 degree line or pi, minus pi or pi line. It will never touch. And here also the graph will seems to be touch at 0 degree or pi degree, but it is not going to touch over it. So the function is cosec x, domain of the function is R, range is minus infinity to minus 1, union 1 to infinity. If the function is cosec x, means cosec x equals to y, then x equals to cosec inverse y. If x equal to cosec inverse y, we can have the graph of it. First of all, the graph x-axis act as a y-axis and y-axis act as a x-axis. This is the basic concept which you have to remember throughout the inverse function. And here is minus pi by 2, here it is pi by 2, here it is 1, and here it is minus 1, and from pi by 2 the graph will move slowly towards this line, and in negative axis same thing, minus pi by 2 the graph will move slowly towards this. It will appear to meet, but it will never meet. And here the domain of cosec inverse x, domain of cosec inverse x, that will be minus infinity to minus 1, union close interval, and union 1 to infinity, and its range will be minus pi by 2, 0 open interval, and union 0, pi by 2. These are all the things: domain of the function, range of the function, and their principal value. You have to remember it. You have to remember it to solve your questions in an easy way. So principal value will be lies between y greater than to minus pi by 2 to less than equals to pi by 2. Once again we will see, if fx equal to cosec x, domain of the function is R, range is minus infinity to minus 1, union 1 to infinity. And here from the graph, from each graph I have shown to you, it is very easy to find out and say that this portion is being eliminated. So we can say that the domain of the functions is R except the even multiples of pi by 2. Except the even multiples of pi by 2. Similarly, throughout all the cases we can find throughout the graph, and range will be minus infinity to minus 1, union 1 to infinity. At 1 we will have the closed interval, at infinity we always have the open interval. And fx equal to cosec x equal to y, then x equal to cosec inverse y, and the graph will be like this. X-axis will act as the y-axis and y-axis will act as the x-axis. Minus pi by 2, minus pi by 2 and pi by 2 and 1 minus 1. If domain of the function cosec inverse minus infinity to minus 1, union 1 to infinity, and range will be minus pi by 2 to 0 and union 0 to pi by 2. Principal solution will be minus pi by 2 greater than equals less than equals to y less than equals to pi by 2. Next we will discuss some question example in the next lecture. Thank you.